This is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, today we are bringing you our review for TP-Link's Deco. Now this is a mesh router system, something that I've been interested in for a long time simply because I have a two-story apartment complex, and with this I have often wanted to get better signal, especially upstairs and further away from the router as well. And I tried using repeaters in the past. I've tried using different things, but the mesh idea of getting the best signal all over the house always really interested me. And with that being said, we tested it out, we put it all over the house, and this is the results. So here are the results right here, and the top is our old router, and the bottom is with the Deco mesh router put in place. So let's take a look at these speed test differences and kind of go over that and see the differences between them. So first and foremost, I want to say that with the top one, we were first in the office. Now the office is going to be the ideal place for Wi-Fi in my house because that is where I am right now. And that is where the routers are both, have always been and will remain, just because I need to make sure I get gigabit connection on my desktop, and of course everything I'm using in the studio gets the best Wi-Fi connection possible. So that being said, we saw very similar between the old router and the new Deco on the office space, and in the office space we got 81 down and 80 down on both, so you know, within a 1 of each other. But the upload speed saw a little bit bigger of an improvement. The upload speed used to be 73, and the upload speed now is 86.9. So that's a pretty substantial increase in terms of upload speed. But here's the thing: the router I have or had rather for my Wi-Fi was the one provided to me by Verizon Fios. That's why if you're wondering, oh, I don't get these speeds this high, or if you're in Google fiber optics, you don't get these speeds this slow. But so what I should be getting, or what I pay for rather, is 70 up and 70 down. However, I will say this, Verizon Fios, which moved to Frontier Fios in Los Angeles, gives me typically 80 speed, so that's really good. And what they're now advertising for the price I'm paying is 80, so I think they just did it so they wouldn't get a backlash like, hey, you know, I paid for 70 for this price and now other people are paying 80 for this, or getting 80 for this speed, or same price rather. So that being said, close to it isn't going to make the biggest difference, I would say. So if you're looking for a substantially faster Wi-Fi connection, this won't give you necessarily a better Wi-Fi connection right next to your router, but the difference is going to be in the further locations. So next we go to the dining room, and the dining room is the furthest away you could get in my apartment with the being on the same level. So on the same level where my router is, to go all the way over to the dining room is going to be the furthest area from my router where it used to be. However, now I have the mesh router right there in the beginning of the dining room, so it's still a little bit closer than the corner. I was literally standing in the corner of my apartment trying to get the fastest Wi-Fi, or trying to go as further away as possible to get and see how different the Wi-Fi would be. But with the old router, I got 65 down and 76 up. With the new setup, I got 79 down and 82 up. This is really good for me just because when I have people over and say we're playing a board game and you're connected to my Wi-Fi, well, you're going to get top speed now as before. I mean, we're talking about almost, it's a bit over almost a 15% increase in terms of megabits per second. So that's really substantial in my opinion, and definitely a good speed bump. But the worst one by far was definitely in my bedroom. The master bedroom is the furthest away. It's right above the dining room, and it's second level. So you're talking about a lot of stuff that my router had to get to me. which really sucked because I have things like Roku, like Chromecast that depend on Wi-Fi, and even Google Home that depend on Wi-Fi, and I wasn't getting the signal that I wanted. However, now I used to get in my bedroom 25 down and 41 up. You can see where this strained my router to its limit in terms of that space. However, now in my bedroom, I get 80 down and 83 up. That is absolutely amazing. By the way, just so to clarify, I did 2 tests for each position. So each time I did a test, I did 2 tests. So that 25 and 41 was actually higher. So what I did was I took the 2 speeds and I chose the higher one. So that's what I did each time. I tested out these speeds, and with this, we saw some dramatic improvement on these. So I really like that idea. Basically, you know, I checked it out with this, and I really think it just proves how important a mesh system is. If you have a 2-story place, I think it's ideal to get a mesh router set up. I mean, this costs $299, and honestly, it's awesome for that price. To get really, I mean, yes, I know you could say like, oh, well, that's 3 times some routers. Yeah, you're right. Some routers cost about $100, but you can't beat this kind of difference in speed. You're talking 60 megabits per second difference in my bedroom. That is huge, and it makes it so now my bedroom isn't like the worst connection ever. It is just as good as what my office was. So that is really awesome when it comes to that. Definitely something that I am very, very happy with. And I think these mesh router systems are definitely worth the price. The Deco is an awesome, easy to set up one. The app is very simple as well. The app on my phone allows me to terminate someone if I want to. So basically, like if I wanted to, I could terminate someone if need be from using my router. Very simple. It's just like a swipe. The other things you can do on it, let me just pull the app up. The other things you can do on it is you can actually have a built-in security for it. So in terms of like internet security, you get that coming with the Deco. So that's really nice that TP-Link actually throws that in. I like that ability to it. In the app itself, and I'm just noticing it right now that I remembered, it does take a little bit of time to load. So I'm not sure if it's just like fine-tuning it with Android. I do use it on my Android device, on my SA Plus. And I would say that it kind of takes a little bit longer. Let me close it down and open it back up to see if that helps it. But it kind of takes a little bit long to load sometimes, and then sometimes it'll just load instantly like it just did. So right now it just loaded instantly, but I have parental controls as well. So if you did want to kick your kids off at a certain time, or they can only use certain things at a certain time, that is how you can allow it, and they can have profiles and you can do all of that. You can see how many devices are connected to your system at all times as well. You can control the LED lights on these, and you can still build more. So if 3 isn't enough for you, you can buy one of these separate and add to it. So that's really nice as well if you have a 3-story house or whichever one you're working with. But yeah, guys, so that is my review of the mesh router system of Deco by TP-Link. I really like this. I'll leave a link in the description down below, but this was awesome. I have so much of a better speed now in my house that I just completely love. And it's just so much of a better system than I had before, which was, again, just the router. And it works seamlessly way better than a extender does. For those of you who don't know, there's things called range extenders. They're pretty inexpensive for the most part. TP-Link actually makes some good ones that I used to use as well. And when I've set up those in my past, for my mom's house, I set those up, and friends' houses, I've set them up. They will only extend what they get. So, oh, you're going to be, say you want to have a living room and a bedroom set up, and there's a long hallway in between it. You would put that range extender in the middle, not at the end. At this one, you can put it at the end basically, and you still get the same signal strength because of how mesh routers work differently than just a range extender. So I really like that, the fact that I'm just getting so much of a better signal now in my home, and it just really is so much better. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys familiar with mesh router systems? Have you been looking for something like this so you can get that much of a better internet signal? I mean, if you're a gamer, this is amazing, because although you always want to be a direct connection, maybe sometimes you can't do that and your Xbox or your PS4 has to be in another room. Well, guess what? This is going to give you a huge speed boost in terms of that. Definitely worth the price in the end of the day. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Please give a like, thumbs up if you did like this video. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy.